Hey everyone, welcome into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. This is day 212-ish. You know how it goes. Hope you're doing well. Still don't have light speed bundles in, but I keep seeing it. Maybe we do by your point. We're on the 7th here, so we're 6 days away, so chances are you got the BAM. Apologies for that. Random, as always, considering it's like 9 o'clock and stuff, but what are you gonna do? Guys, in lieu of these bundle, so, on my oldest hyperdrive account, I've determined that I'm going to keep that free to play. This one I have not. This one, obviously, we didn't take advantage of the Lightspeed bundles before. You can argue, well, maybe you should have. That's fair, but it's like at the time I was just wanted to, it's like when I started this account, it's like, did I have any idea that Lightspeed bundles were ever going to be a thing? No. Unless you started an new account during the Lightspeed bundle thing before. You'd never seen this before. And I like the idea of this being a free-to-play account, but I think the argument is valid that, well, this is a one-time thing. Because is there a possibility that they could order that, maybe they do this every year now for the new people that are coming in to try to get more people to come in. Like I told my buddy about this last night at the gig. And he had no idea that this game even existed. He was like, that sounds like Madden Mobile. I've never played Madden Mobile. And I'm telling him, I know the basic mechanics. It's like what? I thought I did this today. Oh, well, maybe I didn't. This might be the one account that I didn't do Grand Arena in today. Okay. But, and I could see them doing this, especially, and I guess this is as good a point as ever, to do my 2023 predictions. Why not? Right? So, make sure I mark this when I do this. As my prediction video for 2024 and beyond. Nooch did a really good video on his predictions of what he thinks is going in 2024. And, Nooch has been playing this game much longer than I have. And I have no problem at all with his predictions. And if you're not familiar, I could tell you, but you should probably go watch the video for yourself. It kind of makes it makes all the sense in the world what he's predicting, and I don't have a problem with it at all, like in the least. I think his predictions are totally valid, and the more I think about it, it's like, I think the Gerbil's guess at the ship this year being the Resolute, in lieu of the fact that we just don't have enough characters to make a Old Republic capital ship work. Could CG open the faucets on that in January? Absolutely, they could. They could just be like, hey, here's a new Old Republic character. It's, you know, whoever. And I think they do. I think they do. I think they totally do. You know, if you just shoehorn some stuff in, like if you just be like, hey, this is this character's. It's like, because you could put Revan on a ship. You can make Revan the fleet commander. You could give Basil a ship. You could give, you know, Karth's the Ebon Hawk. That works. Shoehorn that in. Give Mission and Zalbar a ship. Give Juhani a ship. You know, a couple other. Give, you know, maybe make Consular or whoever part of that fleet. I think it could work. I think they could make it work if they really wanted to. But if they don't, the Resolute absolutely makes sense. Especially given what he's been saying about how, you know, the whole Lego and, you know, see how this game always follows Lego. That totally makes sense. And then he's got, you know, he's got the Invincible or whatever Trench's ship is for 2024, which, okay. My idea for a Galactic Legend in 2024, which still, I don't have any problem with what Nooch said at all. Totally. No problem at all. But at some point, we need to talk about Thrawn. Especially when with what we saw from Ahsoka. Because I think clearly, since we've seen Ahsoka, clearly a Galactic Legend Thrawn would have Night Sisters synergy. I think they would bring in a Marquis of Morgan Elsbeth. I think we could see a Marquis of Merrick, that Inquisitor that died in episode 2 or 3. Obviously Shin and Baylan. So, you know, that's 4. Exactly what we had for Leia. But of course you could see some of those trooper guys would make sense. You could bring in Shin and Baylan Starfighter to add it to the Thrawn fleet. That would make all the sense in the world. And the ship requirement for that would obviously, I think fairly obviously, would be Iron Versio and the TIE Defender. I think that makes all the sense in the world for him. And then, you know, you would have to have basic Thrawn at whatever level. And then, you know, I think it's fairly easy. And then if you do bring in the Resolute and you do bring Ahsoka's fighter to the game, and you give it and you put it on Fulcrum, and you put Fulcrum as the pilot of that, and if you bring in Hu Yang, is that the droid's name? Hu Yang? As crew, I think that makes sense, and that sets up for, you know, a possible Galactic Legend Ahsoka whenever. But obviously if they do Thrawn this year, if they do who Nooch suggests this year, which makes sense, then I don't think Ahsoka can be next year. I think you would have to have another person in between the two, and then you could do Thrawn and Ahsoka, but back to back. But who knows? What do I know? But yeah, I don't know. But if you think about who would they put in a stopgap, well, if they do put Separatists Legend in this year, then doesn't the counter to that sort of have to be somebody from that era? Which I don't know who that would be, because we've already got JMK, Jedi Master Kenobi, and so I don't know who that could be, who the counter to that would be. But that's just my thoughts on random topics as it is. But aside from that, I don't really know. Those are just my initial thoughts. I mean, if you're asking me who do I think would be the legendary, who makes sense to have a legendary come out next year? We had two. So in Afra, at the beginning of the year, the beginning of 2023, right? Right before I started playing. And you're seeing that, but now because Son of Staros is now farmable, like we talked about yesterday. And so if she was the one that came out at the beginning of last year. And then after that we got, who did we get? We got Cal. And then we got Leia, of course. And then Bo-Katan right now. So I think that kind of makes sense that it's got to be a dark. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think it's dark side. Would not be surprised if it's Balin or Shen from Ahsoka. Just because they put, just because Ahsoka ended, just because Mando season 3 ended in like June, May or June, and then it took them like 9 months to get around to Bo-Katan. I think it could be, if it holds pattern, and we end up getting a new legendary after we come out of this Bo-Katan thing, then the time frame would be right for a legendary from that event, from that show. But I don't know if they will. They could do a Jedi Survivor legendary from the game, because they had the one from what's the first game called? I don't even know. One we got Cal, so we could get one from the second game. I don't know. I don't know who you get us. I don't know who you would give. I mean, Brody would be. I don't know. But you could go a dark side with that. You could go Brody and what was the evil guy? The other evil guy's name? The one that he fought with the one arm and. I mean, there's a lot of stuff from that game that you could pull, but I don't know. I really don't know. but I just think it would be very interesting either way. Anyway, I'm going to buy whatever I can. And then we'll see if there's anybody we can upgrade. And then we'll go. I don't know if I have anything to buy anything, but we'll see. Still have not seen the good old, what's it called, comeback lately? The Razor Crest. Who knows? So let's jump into the thing here. If you're interested, I did pick up Colin back on this account, I believe. Let me go make sure. So that's good that we have a new Jedi to play with. Didn't I open him? I thought I did. I did not open him. Okay, we could do that, but I don't know why we would. We're not going to touch Ezra. Obviously. Especially if we're going to buy the pack. We're going to demote Kanan. I did not get the pack, which I thought I did, but I mean, we could heavily invest in those characters, into any of those characters, any of the characters that came out last year that we can easily invest in. And so, to that end, let's go make sure who I have. I got Quill, 210, 207 pieces. So if we're just looking for people to invest in that we know we're not going to get hurt by, Marin. Why not Marin? I know it seems like a fairly random place to start. And to be honest, it kind of is, but, you know, she'll be done at some point, right? I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. To just do Marin, to just do pieces of teams that we got this year. And yeah, I know, I hear you saying troopers. I mean, we can do troopers. We're going to do troopers, but we're just going to, you know what, let's not even do this anymore. Let's go. We're going to be working on Marin. You know, just until we see what the full brevity of the packs are. Type situation. But let's go farm. I keep forgetting to farm this guy. His mods. I don't even want to look at his mods. His mods are just hideous. Many apologies for that. But I mean, Gideon is a guy that we need a we need Kairos for him, so we're gonna be waiting for a minute for Kairos. But it's not gonna we're not gonna be hurt by taking him to 7. This kills the 7, so that makes him better. That's gonna make him better for the raid. We'll have to fix his mods, of course, but where we're at is fine. Who else? Not sure about the Ewoks. Let's We have stuff that we could put on Scout, so let's do that. Can make Scout much more usable. Alright, so that's good. Anyway, I think that's all I'm going to do, because we spent probably around 2 million doing that. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you hold the line. Let me know what you think. If you have any thoughts or anything about anything, let me know. And until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.